What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today we have to go ahead and discuss something that is honestly extremely, when I say extremely, I mean extremely broken in Xdefiant. And the funniest part about it is that I got roasted like no tomorrow for saying that this was busted in a previous video. Guys, I have video footage, I got proof, I got everything in the world to back it up right now. I'm coming right back at you guys with why I think this is absolutely busting Xdefiant. And I'm hoping the developers will at some point address this. If they don't, it is what it is. I still really enjoy the game, but I think this should still be seriously addressed. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. Of course, we post tons of things about Xdefiant, but if you guys are interested in Black Ops 6 as well, we will be talking about that. Like I said, hit that bell so you can stay notified. And last but not least, we will be streaming today over on Twitch. And that stream will probably be live around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we do host open lobbies over there. So if you guys want to hop into the chat, say hello, get my friend code, you can hop right into the overall experience. Like I said, I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, in my previous video that I made, I was discussing why I think being able to stack certain factions on a team is a horrible idea. You know, being able to have like 6 phantoms or 6 echelon characters, right? You know, like 6 cleaners. I just don't think it's fantastic. And of course, in that video, I got a lot of negative feedback towards that. I did get people that agreed, but there was a lot of people thinking that it was a stupid idea, horrible plans, you know, it would kill the whole casual vibes of the game. But also alongside that video, because I am going to touch upon that again later in this, you know, overall topic here. But in that video, I was also discussing the Phantom faction and why I think they're overpowered because they have 120 HP. Now, I did talk about the mag barrier a little bit, which I still think is pretty powerful. I know you can counter it with a bunch of EMPs and stuff of that sorts, but even as you can see in this gameplay, it's so easy just to stack them one after the other. And of course, I'll show some attacking footage, you know, later on in this video, you know, really showcasing how aggressive you can be in a game mode like Escort with 6 Phantoms. And how even if a bunch of the enemies are throwing, you know, EMPs or something of that sort, as long as you time it out with your actual squad, you should be able to keep pushing forward and never run out of mag barriers. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just put down one barrier, I guarantee at least a couple of people on the enemy team will throw their EMP grenade. Pop it out, then another person comes out with another barrier. They throw another EMP grenade, then another person. If you have 6 Phantoms, you literally have 6 barriers. As long as you don't spam them, it's like an endless cycle of protection, especially in a game mode like, again, Escort, where you're constantly pushing up and you need to progress. You could just put one down, move up a little bit, put one down, move up a little bit, put one down, move up a little bit. You see what I'm saying here? But again, that wasn't the main reason why I thought the Phantoms were crazy. The main reason was because of 120 HP. And everybody, and I mean everybody, shrugged that topic off. Everybody was just so focused on what I was saying about the mag barriers that, you know, the 120 HP was irrelevant. But no, that is what makes this class so freaking insane. And I don't think anybody understands this. The Phantoms are supposed to be a tankier class, right? Hence why they have 120 HP. They're supposed to take more bullets to encourage them to hop on the OBJ and, you know, try to hold it down, defend it, or even push up the OBJ. That's the whole purpose of them. But there's absolutely basically 0 downsides to this overall character, besides minus the fact that they can't get any overpowered like ults, like, you know, maybe having the medic ult or the flamethrower, you know, all that stuff. It's not as, you know, crazy. But what's crazy about it is how good it is for pub stompers because of the fact you get an additional 20 HP. Forget all the abilities, forget all that noise. If you stack 6 Phantoms that all have 120 HP, you basically, I mean, if you all cram together, you basically have a whole, another player. You basically have a 7th player with all that additional HP that you're stacking up there. And I truthfully don't believe anybody understands how much of an advantage this really is. You know, even forget about stacking. Forget about stacking. Put one Phantom player, really good, against any other player. Identical skill. Both of these players are identical skill. They're using the same exact weapon with the same exact attachments, and they both are shooting each other. They both have the best reaction time, okay? It's just an equal gunfight. They both shoot at the same time. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? The player with 120 HP or the player with 100 HP? From the jump, the Phantom player will always have the advantage. Now, will this always come out on top? No, because sometimes, like I said, this isn't always the scenario. You have a variety of weapons being thrown into the mix, variety of skill levels being thrown into the mix. That is what differentiates it. But like I said, I just want to put that point out there because it's true. Statistically, if you did have two people equally skilled, amazing players, same accuracy, same weapons, same everything, and you put two different characters, a Phantom and someone else, against each other, the Phantom would win because they have an additional 20 HP. They would still have 20 HP left by the time they both end the gunfight. Do you guys see what I'm saying here? So when you stack 6 of them on a team of really skilled players who are all using insane weapons like LMGs and AKs and things that absolutely stomp, who's going to win the majority of the time? Like I said, it's a cheat code right now that I don't think many people are actually coming up on. You can go on the most ridiculous, and when I say ridiculous, I mean the most ridiculous win streaks if you stack enough good players up using this Phantom class with 120 HP. And I feel bad because I probably shouldn't be putting this video out to, showcasing such madness because it might, get other people to pick it up. But it has to be said. It has to be exposed and talked about because it is realistically a problem, at least in my eyes. Now, I see a couple of ways of balancing this out. Again, you either go back to what I was saying in my previous video and stop allowing people to spam whatever, character they want in any single game, force them to try different stuff. So basically, you can only have maybe two of the same character per team. This is how it was in Black Ops 4, and it's how it is in pretty much any other hero shooter I could possibly think of, or any other shooter that has abilities. You're not supposed to stack them that heavy, It becomes overwhelming, even in casual gameplay. And for those who say I can't get it because, someone else is going, no, that never, bro, BO4, I literally always got my character. I don't know what I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I always got my character. I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. And God forbid someone picks your echelon and you have to go out of your comfort zone and use someone else. Use someone else, man, please. Stop using the same character. Have some variety in this game. I keep saying the best part about this game is that gun skill almost overrides everything. Even though the hero abilities are there and they're very crucial for playing OBJ, you could still stomp out if you have really good gun skill. And that's what I like about this title. So, guys, you don't need to have a specific person, It's not like if you play a medic, like in other games like Overwatch, you have to miss out on getting kills. No, the medics honestly get some of the most kills. If you know how to actually be cheeky with that one, I always forget what the name is, but the med box that you drop down, if you know how to be cheeky with that and you know how to put it down on good defensive spots where you can jiggle peek out in corners, take a few hits, go back, heal up, and then continue the gunfight while they can't heal up and regen. Bro, the kill feeds you can go on with that thing are insane. People don't understand that, again, it doesn't matter what faction you play. You could still pop off. So, like I said, I don't know. I don't see too big of a problem with capping off how many players you have per faction. But if that's not an option, if they really genuinely want to keep, being able to stack 6 of the same character per team, then I think they need to make this character an actual tank. Honestly, I don't hate 120 HP. I really don't. I think it fits the character design perfectly because it's what the character's made for. He's supposed to want to hop on the OBJ. And again, I do want to mention, I almost forgot to say this too before I continue. I do want to mention this. You can have a counterplay with the cleaners with their bullets as well. I know people are going to throw that in there, but you have to understand the cleaners' bullets only activate pretty much when you're done the gunfight. So if you're tap firing, that's when the fire damage, kicks in. Or the fire damage kicks in when you leave the gunfight or you die and the gunfight stops. When you're engaging, they're not getting any fire damage. So your initial shots that you're engaging with the Phantom player, they're still going to win the gunfight and probably live to see another day afterwards after all the fire damage, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there as well. But let me bounce back to what I was originally saying. I do apologize for getting off topic there. I just really wanted to, mention that because it's an important thing, I really want to make sure I address the cleaners because they do also have additional damage that they can give out. So I had to make that clear that Phantom still, realistically can overcome that as well if there's 2 equal players coming at one another with the same stuff, same equipment, yada yada yada. You get the whole plan. But as I was saying, if we really got to keep this, this way where we have 6 people of the same faction, then just tone down the class to make it more like a tank. As I was saying, I don't mind the 120 HP. I think it fits because, again, this character is supposed to be pushing up to OBJs and holding OBJs and, getting people off of OBJs. So you want them to actually be on the objective, but But they should be a bit slower. You should tone them back a bit. Make them actually tanky. The fact that I can pretty much outrun any character in this game, like I said, there's no downside. I can literally outrun any character in this game. I can do everything, same jump shots, same movement, everything across the board. There's no minuses. I just get an additional 20 HP compared to everybody else. That's it. Okay? There's no downsides. I think they should be an actual tank. Right? There needs to be something that slows them down. If you really think about it, like even in games like Rainbow Six Siege, the tank players don't even have this, crazy of health. You just plop them in the head, right? So, like in this game, this is truly an advantage. I don't know many other games that introduce tanks without giving them real tank downsides to kind of give counterplay to it. This game has a tank character with no downsides besides just not getting that amazing of abilities, which it can be countered. Again, when someone puts down, the med ult, they can counter that. When someone, pulls out a flamethrower, they can counter a phantom. When someone pulls out their echelon stuff, they can counter a phantom. All that stuff can easily wipe a phantom. But again, like I said, the advantage of the phantom is just having that additional 20 HP. No Sweat Lord gives a crap what you're dropping down. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's beneficial, but if you have a full 6 stack of phantoms, everything is irrelevant. If you get the objective on B with, a good med ult, the phantoms are just going to come and retake that objective. It just is what it is. They're going to back off, or again, they can engage you and still kill you, but the majority will probably just back off, wait till it's done, and just go back and start engaging again with their 20 plus HP. You need to make them tanky, slow them down, make them not as aggro, and make them want to actually position themselves on an objective. Make them want to set down on the objective. Because right now, you have phantoms just hauling ass everywhere. Like I said, they're pub stompers. It's a pub stomper's wet dream to be able to have a tank class that has basically no downsides for movement or anything. You just get an additional 28. And the mag, but like I said, the mag bear is good, and even their ult's good. I think their ult's pretty dang, nice, especially when it comes to capping the objective. And guess what? When you have 6 phantoms with 6 of their ults, do you really think you're going to counter that? Like, again, you have 6 phantoms, 5 of them hiding within the first ult that can still shoot you. And then that ult goes down. The second person pulls out their ult. Everybody's still hiding inside that, shooting you with 120 HP. That ult goes down. The third ult goes up with, same thing, 5 people sitting inside it with 120 HP. Guys, I'm just saying, it's a bit wild right now that you could stack these things, but I do think those are the 2 alternatives. I think that's how it should be handled. Either tone down this class to make it tankier, or just, cap people. It doesn't even have to be completely capped at one faction per turn, just 2 people. If 2 people want to pick the same faction, that's fine. But 6 of the same people, it's wild. It's definitely wild gameplay, and sometimes it gets a bit toxic depending on the game mode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And, of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, like I said, I'll be live today over on Twitch around 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys can find a link to that channel down below. But as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.